Um, the idea behind was to bring together a lot of people who've been working in the area of learning design for quite a while and try to make our knowledge available to a wider audience, sort of break out of the kind of small research community and try to make it more accessible and more practical. Now, if you try to Google learning design, you get kind of quite a diverse picture, and so the idea of learning design or design for learning, means different things for different people. And what we're really trying to do is come up with some cohesive and coherent picture in this area. And so the theme team, the goals of the theme team is to come up with an annotated mapping of representations of design knowledge in technology enhanced learning, to review existing banks of resources, existing tools, and so on, and you'll see a few of those. And also to articulate common practices and methodologies for learning design or for collaborative reflection on learning design. We have the portal, and I'll get back to that a bit later, but just so, sorry. You will see that the workshop, this workshop, it's down here. There's sort of pages on that portal for the workshops. There is a guide which is supposed to be our main output, and then a bank of pool of resources which we're currently developing. There's also, you can find us on Google Plus and Tell Europe and so on. We had a workshop a couple of months ago in London, which was more of kind of how do we call it, an introspective workshop. And people submitted papers on their work, and that allowed us to kind of get a picture of what's happening in the field of learning design in Europe at the moment. And all the outputs from that workshop, all the papers that were presented, videos and so on, are on Cloudscape, when Cloudscape works. You should be able to review all the material from that workshop, and we're in the process of collecting that into a book and a special issue.
Yes, that's it.
To present today's workshop.
Okay, so the workshop in London last month was really successful one. I think we had almost 2 days of very good work and lots of people participating. So I hope, although it's a different type of workshop over here, that we can also participate and interact a lot. Okay. So what do we aim to achieve here? As many of you already mentioned, is to know what are the trends in this field. Okay. But in different aspects. Okay, one thing has to do with techniques, and especially on pedagogical patterns that could be used in practice. Then representations of all these techniques in a graphical form, typically, and finally tools with which we can implement these learning designs. Okay, and besides knowing, this is just simply the first part of the workshop today. The second and most important thing, I hope, is to do the whole hands-on work in groups in the evening sessions in order to understand and use and propose and analyze what's going on with these learning designs in practice. Okay, so that's why we think about not only a research workshop. We are not only a research team, but we are especially motivated by the practice aspects, as we are going to find out later. So you all already know ourselves. I mean, the theme team has formally members, as far as I remember. Then there is a wider set of people who join the team afterwards, and the majority of us are here, okay? Simply because of Simos Resalis, who could not participate today because of the strike in Greece tomorrow. You know, strikes everywhere. Okay, I don't know whether we're going to have strike here in the Intercontinental today, but who knows? Okay, so that's why Simos could not come, but the rest of us are here. Okay. So what we are going to do? The schedule. We have already started the introduction. We are on schedule. Almost, I could see that 23, 24 people besides the organizers are here out of 30. So it's normal. Probably some will make their way to the room even later. Okay. So the first thing to do after this introduction is to have this the big keynote, in other terms, presentation by Gronia, in order to give this big picture on what goes on learning design, and how we are going to not yet. I have to present the rest of the day. Okay.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see whether it is seamless.
Yes,
Well, it's seamless. So after this 1 hour talk and discussion, we are going to have the coffee. I don't know whether we're going to have it here at
It's
home.
unfortunate it's going to be downstairs in the main exhibition area.
Okay, well, this means 15 minutes. It will be tough.
We're ahead of schedule.
Let's stop
so we
eat.
can take this.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's hope that we can catch up. Well, this depends on the discipline. You know, this is what we call the classroom orchestration. That is, okay, you have a good theory, but then the coffee is served downstairs, so the learning design does not work. Okay. Or a strike occurs and things like that. Okay, so if we can come back at 11:45, just write down the time that we want to come back. Everybody has written down the time, okay? 11:45. Then we start a race of several very short presentations that on the 5 learning pedagogical patterns and scenarios that we suggest to use in the afternoon sessions, and then a very quick walk through the tools. Of course, this means 5 minutes for each of the 5 patterns, 10 minutes for each of the 5 tools. This means that you are not going to be able to learn the tools, okay? And of course, you do not learn the tools if you just listen about the tools. And that's why, if we can manage to be at lunch from 1 to 2, okay, then we can come back, and from 2 to 4:30, we split up in groups. Hopefully 5 groups in 5 tables that we can manage during lunch, with 5 to 6 persons per group. In this case, we hope that we can have at least, we suggest that we have 2 machines running the tools, and you are going to have a moderator of the organizers in each table, so that you can think of the context, the pattern and the learning scenario, and then work on paper for some time, and then work on the tools for the rest of the time. And then you discuss on whether you achieved or not or what are your concerns or what are your expectations about the use of this learning scenario and pattern and this tool, okay? And write a report on that, hopefully in CloudWorks, if not in Google Docs, so that we can share it. And then in the last session, we come back. There is a coffee break sometime somewhere there, but I don't know exactly when and how we are going to manage it. Probably at 4. Well, this is something that we are going to clarify later. Okay. And so in the last session, we are going to report back. You are going to report back. Okay. And Yesai is going to moderate the discussion in order to draw some conclusions and show at least how we plan to move on and probably how you plan to move on. Okay? And the workshop material is there, but you cannot yet see it or not. Okay? In this space, what we call the Cloudscape. Okay? And then you can also tweet using this hashtag OEB11LD, and then we have the webcast right now. Okay? And you do have the names of the two Yesai as a theme team leader, myself as organizer today, and the team site. Okay, so let's hope that Cloudscape gets activated. If we can get it, then you can have access to all the materials, presentations, and everything.
When?
Yes.
When it's up, you'll have it. So
Yeah,
even if it doesn't happen throughout the day, then when you go back
Let's
home,
hope. Okay.
you can access everything, including the videos from today.
Okay. So I think now I can pass the.